Boom, there we go. Oh, well, we have Kathy. Well, we'll wait for Kathy to connect to the audio, but Kathy Mine is their marketing director for Orland, for Simon Mall, Orland Square. So I'm sure this is going to be just perfect for her. Hello, Kathy. Okay, she's connect to audio. But in the meantime, I have the pleasure of introducing Miss Liz Micheletti, who's the outreach coordinator for Moraine Valley Community College. And she will be teaching us today on everything we need to know about TikTok. Liz, I'll leave it to you.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. It's so great to meet everybody. I'm going to share my screen really quick. All right. Can everyone see that okay?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So feel free. This is, definitely a conversation. So if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to, jump in and ask or use the, chat feature or anything like that. I want to make sure that if you have a question in the moment that you feel free to ask it, but we'll also have a question segment at the end. So whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'll take it away. So there we go. So first, I just want to go through kind of what we'll be talking about. Of course, what is TikTok? Is it right for my business? All about the TikTok algorithm, how to create a video, and then posting and content ideas. So first, what is TikTok? So like Felicitas mentioned, it started out as a lip syncing app and a lot of kind of lip syncing dances and things like that. But especially with 2020, it's really changed the way people used it and the types of people that used it. And now to date, there's over 1 billion users on the app, which is incredible. And users can share 15 to 60-second short form videos. And TikTok is really all about trends, what's trending, you jumping into trends. But really, it's about discovery. People use TikTok nowadays almost as Google or what YouTube was or is, where people go, I really want to learn about this subject that's interesting to me, or I never really knew about this. So they see it on TikTok and boom, they've learned something new. Which is just amazing, and having it be that short form content really lends itself to learning something and discovering something that you might not have otherwise been exposed to in your everyday life. So the ultimate question, probably why everyone's here, is TikTok right for my business? And in short, I just want to say yes, absolutely any business type can thrive on TikTok. So I spoke with Bonnie yesterday and she gave me kind of a heads up of categories of people who are here. So I tried to remember everybody who's here, so I won't play if they're not applicable to you, but let me move forward. I don't think we had any of these, so let me just kind of fast forward to these ones. So the first one on the left here, I know we State Farm, but I found something that's really interesting that I think is similar. While I do see a lot of insurance companies, here's one of someone who works at a bank who's talking about mortgages and things like that and giving advice, which to me is so crucial, especially with all the age demographics that are on here. People want to learn these things and they're asking questions. So you can take a look here.
What's up? Hey, we got this comment that's got like 90,000 reactions and over 200 comments attached to it, but people are just not figuring out this concept.
Well, I actually got the same question about 40,000 times, so I was going to do a video on it, but I'll just explain it right now.
The question I got is, how do I navigate my own mortgage? There are 3 rules you need to follow for the best future. Rule number 1, 30-year mortgage. Never even consider a 15. It makes no mathematical sense at all. Second rule, smallest down payment possible. Who cares about PMI? It's so insignificant long term. And the third and most important rule, compound the difference between your 15 and 30 plus all the down payment money you saved. If you do that, you will achieve the most important thing of your life, financial freedom. I'm Curtis Ray. This is the most important one.
So as you can see, something that he does on an everyday basis, he is giving financial advice. But what's so important is things that you almost might take for granted in your everyday work life, things that, might not seem interesting. You're like, why do people care about this thing? You'd be surprised how many people are kind of interested in, learning more about insurance. How can they best perform? What are they getting the best deal out there? So sharing that advice is crucial. And as you can see, he's got 10,000 likes on this video from something they'd be like, who would really care about that kind of thing? Well, clearly there's a huge audience waiting for it and asking for it. So sharing little tips and things along the way is crucial. Let's see.
What's
share
up?
this next one.
This comment has got
I'm going to pause that one real quick. So I know we have someone from Simon Mall. So Mall of America is actually on TikTok and they do extremely well. And I wanted to show a content idea that you could easily replicate for your own malls and your own businesses. That's really jumping in on a trend where they took this Full House theme song and they introduced people around the office. This song was booming, it was trending, and it was the perfect way to kind of jump in and introduce people on your team. So we'll take a look. So it's a very simple concept, probably didn't take too long to film, just organized, getting people ready. But as you can see, there's 25,000 likes and over 700 comments of a video that's introducing people around the mall, staff around the mall, little fun things. And as you can see, they incorporated movement and, even popped the dog in there, which I think is so cute. But it's a simple video, but people like to see the faces behind companies and the faces behind teams. So I highly recommend, emulating something like that. We'll go to the next one. This one is really interesting. This one is a music shop. And I think it really is because it's informative. They're going to teach you how to clean an instrument. But it also has a lot of interest. As you can see, there's 1,400 likes, 53 comments. And I'll play it for you so you can see.
Many of you have asked for it, and here we go. It's time to clean a flute. So the first thing I do is take a cleaning rod and put a piece of cloth through it. I'm using a piece of cheesecloth here, and you can also use some type of a t-shirt material. Then you just put it into the flute and give it a good twirl to get all of the moisture out from inside of it. Now we need to clean the head joint. I'm using this disinfectant here to clean off the lip plate. And then you just put the cleaning rod inside of it. Careful not to press too hard because there's a little cork in the top that you don't want to push out. Then you just take a microfiber cloth, clean all the nooks and crannies of it. And it's really important to not leave the cloth inside the case. There we go, nice and shiny. And it's really important to never get these little pads wet or else they will fall out. So there you go. Now go to clean your flute, please.
I love that because it shows off their personality and it shows off a tip that, really they are the experts of in that field. Of course, if you go to their page, they have a lot of really fun ones, but I wanted to show you that even things that you may take for granted of, cleaning something or, restocking shelves, these things that people are interested on TikTok, they want to see behind the scenes. They want to see what goes on, and how to best do in tasks. The next one is a hairstylist. So I wanted to make sure I brought that in as well. There's a lot of cool hairstylists on TikTok, whether they do, you know, coloring, cuts, different things like that. But a lot of things that are really popular. This one has 234 likes and almost 2,000 comments of a simple hack that you can show, that's probably not too difficult to film, but you can see it's really popular.
Dry shampoo hack. Spray the product on your brush and brush it into your hair. Aim for your roots to get it nice and oil absorby. Touch up the ends. Honestly, I think this is a great way to use dry shampoo.
That was 12 seconds. Probably didn't take too long, but it's got great following and a great engagement rate, which is amazing. And the ultimate goal of TikTok.
Many of you have asked for it.
Get to the next one. Okay. So one of the biggest things that you are probably wondering is, how does the TikTok algorithm work? How are these videos that I just showed you, you know, getting in front of people's eyes? And TikTok has finally come out and shared kind of how people get served different videos on their For You page. So TikTok has an algorithm that ranks videos based on a combination of things. Interests that you express that you're interested in and when you register, and it adjusts things as it goes on. So the first one is really like a user's interaction and engagement on the platform. So videos that you're scrolling through and you're liking or you're sharing with your friends, or you click that follow button. That's really where people are getting, and TikTok is getting a lot of interest and knowledge about what you're liking. So if you tend to like a video that's about hair, TikTok will then end up serving you a couple more videos about hair to gauge your true interest in that. It also looks at the videos that you're engaging with, what that user has shared in their captions, what sounds they're using, what hashtags they're looking. So if you are, you know, let's say hashtag finance, hashtag, you know, mortgage questions, you're going to get served similar videos that users are hashtagging or captioning with those words. And then lastly, kind of the smaller on the end is what country you're in, your language preferences. So, you know, I've been on TikTok for a year and a half now, and I primarily see TikToks that are English first, and a lot of people that are in the US. So they do take that into account, but it's not the #1 feature. And so how can you get on the For You page? So like I mentioned, TikTok's algorithm weights different things in their backend that kind of shows what gets put up on their FYP or their For You page. So for example, if you watch a 60-second video from the beginning to the end, that is going to be weighted more heavily than if you live in the same country with that user. So TikTok is really watching what users are doing, even if they may not like or follow you. You are watching that entire video, and TikTok knows it, and so it's going to serve you similar content. And that's primarily what the For You page becomes. You know, when I look on my TikTok, there's a side of people you follow, and there's the For You page. Sometimes I don't even see people that I follow for like 10 videos. I have to go to the following button. That's kind of the interesting thing about TikTok and why it's so easy to go viral or to get a lot of people on your video, even if you don't have a large following. So my last question there kind of leads into that is, do you have to even have 1,000 followers or thousands of followers to even be seen? And the quick answer is no. A video, of course, if that user has 100,000 or so followers, you know, by virtue of that, they are going to be seen more. But because the algorithm works the way it does, you know, you could have 5 followers, even 0 followers, and you're going to get put on that For You page of a bunch of users, because TikTok is going to test how your video performs with people who are interested in something like that. So for example, I have a crafting Etsy page, and I started my TikTok this summer, and I quickly grew to 300 followers after posting just a couple of videos. people were interested in what I was showing them. I was showing them packaging videos. I was showing them kind of my process. And it started getting on what people call craft TikTok. So you'll kind of hear, if you're on TikTok, you might see these like subgroups of people that are like, I'm on cottage TikTok, or I'm on technology TikTok. That is kind of what they're referencing in terms of the algorithm, because someone is showing interest in those things, and TikTok is just providing them videos that are very similar. So it's a really interesting platform, and why I think, in my preference, in my personal experience, why TikTok has blown up so much, and why people are starting to gravitate towards that over other platforms now, especially when we're all stuck at home. Any questions on anything that I mentioned before, or any questions about your experience with the algorithm, or any personal stories on that?
Liz, this is Felicitas. Let me
Yeah.
stop the video. So the chamber would probably use TikTok to promote our members, especially our new members, maybe our higher tiered members.
Yeah.
Where would we fall then in, the indicators of interest?
Yeah, I would say small business TikTok, as I say, small
Local
businesses
business.
thrive on TikTok. People want to support their local businesses. They want to support small businesses. And so there's a whole subgroup of TikToks that's all about showcasing local businesses. So I would say that's kind of where you're going to fall in terms of like the TikTok world. And so if you keep tagging, small business, local businesses, even the area, Orland Park, that will even get you to people who live in the area. So there's definitely a place for you, especially if you're showcasing businesses, and even behind the scenes. A lot of people might not know what exactly a chamber does for their business. And so that's another great place to start. Even trying to get new people to come aboard and see the value in what a chamber can do for them.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions about the algorithm before I go into kind of like how to make a TikTok and anything like that?
Will you be showing us or explaining to us how to register for an account?
I'm not going to show how to register for account, but it's fairly easy. I could send a link to TikTok that describes it. I'm just going to be showing a video. I think it's on the next slide about how to actually make a TikTok. But registering is fairly easy. The one thing I will say with TikTok is when you, that I don't think I go into before this, but a personal TikTok and a business TikTok will have access to different sounds and different audios, because a lot of things are licensed. And when you get a business TikTok account, you won't be able to use, a Taylor Swift song. You have to use uncopyrighted music. So that's just one thing to kind of look into. But a business TikTok will let you put links, your URLs, the ability to message, the ability to send people to your Instagram, so just think about that when you're registering for a business versus like a personal account.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Quick question, Liz. For like the chamber, would it behoove us to have a business TikTok and then also personal TikToks?
Yeah, I would say probably I go the business route just because I get a little more on the analytics side, whereas a personal account doesn't really show analytics about who's following you, who's engaging with you. So I prefer on like my crafting TikTok page to go that route. I do think when it does get to jumping on trends, it's a little harder for me because I'm not able to use like that Full House song because it's copyrighted, but you will get more analytics. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I think sometimes it's nice to start out with a personal one, see how it goes, jumping into trends. It's not going to change anything. The only reason they don't allow those certain songs on a business TikTok is because if you're selling a product, if you're selling like if I'm selling like this scarf, and I use like a Taylor Swift song, just like if I were to do a commercial, I'd have to pay Taylor Swift to use your music in junction with me selling a product. So that's where it gets tricky. If you are selling something and you're using music to sell an actual goods or product, if you are going to be showcasing businesses or showcasing tips and tricks, and you're not overtly selling an item, you can use a personal account and thus use all of the, copyrighted songs, because you're not selling a goods or service. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's kind of the tricky thing, where I had some businesses aren't overtly selling, so they can use the personal one and use all the fun songs. Whereas if you're like my crafting TikTok, I want to sell this item, so I want to make sure that I'm not using any copyrighted materials that could get my account shut down for a few days. Perfect. Then I'll go to the next one. So I pulled this video to kind of show, I was going to do it myself, but then I found this video and I thought it really conveyed everything. So it's just a short video. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to play it now. It's just about 4 minutes long. But I think it really nicely explains all the features that creating a TikTok video has.
I'm going to show you guys exactly how to record a TikTok video. So the very first thing you're going to do when it's time to record is see in the very bottom of the screen, the plus button. That is where you record. So let's go ahead and hit it. So there are a ton of awesome features that allow you to actually record and edit within the TikTok app. So the first step is the flip functionality. There we have a clock. We have speed control, and this is where you control the final playback speed of your videos. If I record a video at 3x speed, it's actually going to record a lot slower, and then it's going to play back 3 times faster. If I record at 0.3x speed, we're going to record really, really, really fast, and then it's going to slow everything down in the final playback speed. So there's a lot of fun that can be had with that. Next up, we have the beauty filter. This is everyone's best friend. You can turn the beauty filter on to remove fine lines, anything that you want to, but I will be honest with you guys, this has a very fakey look in the wrong lighting. So I try to leave the beauty filter off as much as humanly possible. Next up, we have filters, and these are so much fun because you can play with them. There are some that are designed for your skin. There are some that are designed for architecture and landscapes. There are some that are designed for food. And then there are some that are designed for vibes, but you can actually mix and match and use different ones to get a different effect overall. It's up to you and your brand to decide if you want to go with a uniform look. However, I'm of the mindset that you can literally create a different look for each video depending on what suits the video most and makes it grab attention. Next up, we have the 3-second timer, and this is multifunctional. It has several different uses. First and foremost, it allows you to record hands-free, which is awesome. So the 3-second or 10-second timer are available here, and that is where you can adjust whether you have a 3-second head start or a 10-second head start. If you need to get set up or get to a different place in the shot, you hit start countdown, and then you can set your phone down, walk away, and start the process of filming. Now, this is where a lot of the TikTok magic happens, and that is in effects. These allow you to truly have fun with your overall creation process, and it allows you to create some really cool things. So let's just take a quick peek at some of these. A couple of the popular effects include green screen. So like right now, it looks like I'm in a city somewhere in Europe, and I can change it up. Look at this. I'm in front of me as a background. How cool is that? Next up, we have shake. And this one is especially funny when you're trying to accentuate the stress or anxiety or emotion of a moment. And of course, where would we be without the clones? Just imagine what all you could create with 5 clones of you standing behind you, backing you up with every single move. You don't have to apply an effect to an entire video. You're going to use the multifunctional, as I promised, 3-second timer and the little red line to indicate how long you want to use an effect for. We've got the clone action going on. Now we can switch effects. Let's do the zoom. Now we're going to add this for a portion of the video. Once you're reviewing the video in playback mode, you can add some text, you can add stickers, you can add some effects, not as many as in pre-production, but the text is really helpful because it adds to the narrative of your videos. But remember, most people are watching 61 minutes per day with sound on. So that means the text is just there to add a little extra flavor. You can add some text by selecting that little button at the very bottom that says text. Now, by clicking off of the text, I can resize it. By selecting the text and hitting edit, I can change the typeface. We've got several different options here, as you can see. You can also change the color of the text with these little bubbles at the bottom, and you can make it bolded, especially if you want to make sure that it shows up well across maybe a lesser desirable background. Now I'm going to show you a couple other features that are incredibly helpful as you create videos. The first is at the very bottom of the screen, you're going to see that there's the option of 15 seconds or 60 seconds. You can shoot videos up to 60 seconds, but this is really important. Don't start there. Start with 15 seconds and make sure that you've got the knack for creating videos before you go into longer videos. This is obviously just the recording process, but I'm going to show you guys what the process of actually publishing a video looks like. Up at the very top, you'll see the sounds. Here you can either discover sounds, look through their playlists, find the TikTok recommended music. Another option as well, of course, is to record your own sound when you're recording your video by hitting the big red button and holding it down as you record. This is going to, of course, record my own audio, and then it becomes a published sound within the app for others to even use. Now, once we're happy with this, we're going to hit the red check mark and we'll hit the next button. And this is where you can add your captions and your hashtags. Now, keep in mind.
Awesome. Any questions? I know that was a lot of information to go through, but this video is linked in the presentation that I can send over to the chamber to send out, so you can watch it over and over again as you make it. But one thing I do want to note is that the layout currently is a little bit different than how they showed in the video. Just like social media apps are always changing. So I wanted to point this out. If you can see my cursor, this first video that's of the carpet is the initial recording layout page that you will see. So there's the timer, the flip function. So just like your camera, how fast you're recording, the beauty filter, and the filters here. So as you're recording, this is the screen that you will see, and your effects button is down here at the bottom. Let's say you take a shot that you are not 100% happy with. Let's say you can see at the top here of the screen that this is one shot and this is a second shot. Can you all see my cursor? I just want to make sure that when I'm pointing out, you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, good. So when you have this, let's say I wanted to take out the that little section here, I would then click on this back button and it would go ahead and delete that. So I could either re-record it or choose to record something else. So once I like that video, I will click this check button here, and it will take me to the screen here of one of my dogs. It will actually be playing the video. And if you want to add music or sound, then I would click this sound button down here. If I wanted to add text, I would then click this text button here. And the process that she showed in the video is the exact same, just the locations of things have moved a little bit as they go through user experience updates. And if I want to add a voiceover, so if I want to do something like the video that we saw of the girl cleaning the flute, she just recorded all of the things that she was doing, and then she did a voiceover. So then it's all clean and smooth, even though your videos are choppy. So that's something I definitely use a lot in my personal TikToks. So you can try that out as well. Voice effects up here. That's also a good one, or adding some filters in. If you didn't do any filters in the recording stage, you can add them later on. And then when you click next here, that's when you'll take to the screen and you'll add descriptions and captions and choose your cover photo. Any questions about making like the actual function of creating a TikTok?
Mm.
No? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but I'm sure it's not.
Yes, it takes a lot of practice, and start off, like they mentioned in the video, start off small. You can have someone, hold up the video camera and go around and, do that, or you can kind of, do it yourself as you're kind of moving things around. But start out small, practice. One thing I don't think they mentioned in the video until later on is you can also put things in a draft folder on your profile. So just because you click this next button down here and it takes you to a page, you can actually save the video for later, and you can kind of see like, do I want to post it? Do I not want to post it? So you can store videos in drafts as you're working, especially when you're trying things out and you're, just trying to get familiar with the platform. Go ahead and save them in your drafts and keep trying until you're ready. But just practice and get the hang of it. It's quicker to pick up, if you're doing it more. So if you're trying it out, you'll start to get the hang of it. But once you do, it's really fun. It's fun to play around with everything. Cool. So I also wanted to share kind of posting basics, kind of, things to keep in mind as you're creating. The descriptions of the video. So your caption of the video, I always say keep it brief. Actually, when you see a TikTok, the caption is overlaid over the actual video. So the longer your caption is, the less of the video people will actually be able to see. Unlike Instagram, where the caption is a totally separate part of your post, this one is overlaid. So just keep that in mind. Hashtags, I recommend, because of that length issue, to keep it between 2 to 4 hashtags that are both popular. When you do, similar to Instagram, when you click on the hashtag button, it will tell you how many people are also using it. So always go for ones that are used more, but also keep it related to what your video is about. As I mentioned before, the TikTok algorithm really uses these to showcase your video. So if you're posting about a hair tutorial, with a scarf, you can say like, hair accessories or hair trends, but you would probably avoid like Motivation Monday, because even though it's Monday, it's not really related to you and what the video is about. So you're less likely to be seen by people who are actually interested in hair tips. And join trends. So there's a discovery page just like on Instagram where you can kind of see what people are doing, what's trending on the platform, and you can kind of go in and see, am I able to join that trend? Can I do it, my own version of it? What hashtags are trending? And see if you can come up with an idea that would fit your business. And posting cadence. So this one, I would say, is a platform that you want to post every day if possible. I know as small businesses, we're all doing 500 different jobs, but posting every other day, every day, even if it's just a quick check-in, even if you just go, hey everybody, here's kind of what my day looks like, and you're filming a little bit throughout. TikTok has made it really easy to post short little clips of your life. So even if it's just something that you think is kind of mundane that people might not be interested in, you'd be really surprised what people are interested in here and what people want to learn. So trying to do every day, every other day is my recommendation. But of course, life gets in the way and things happen. So that's understandable. But those are just kind of what I recommend. Kind of where do you start? So as I mentioned before, TikTok is a truly unique platform where people are wanting to learn things that they may have not learned otherwise in their everyday life. So for me, I know I mentioned before that someone from like an HVAC company was supposed to be on. So that got me thinking, I really in my life don't really know anything about HVACs or cleaning HVACs. So getting those tips coming to me through my phone and making my life easier, learning tips on how to clean my filter, learning tips on how to maintain my filter, when do I need a company to come in and do the work versus what can I do myself? that's what TikTok thrives on. So even though you may not realize that how important it is, or that you kind of take it for granted because, you know, we're all very close to our businesses and it might seem not exciting, trust me, there's a place for it and people want to know. That leads kind of to my next thing is people want to kind of get the inside scoop. I think especially I'm a millennial and we grew up on reality TV. So shows like Big Brother, reality shows like Real World were on, where we saw people just eating breakfast and talking to each other. That's interesting to people, especially of my generation. Speaking of that, we want to see things like that. We like getting a glimpse into the behind the scenes of everyday life. So don't take for granted those little things that you're like, should I film this? Is this something that people might be interested in? Give it a shot and see what happens. You'd really be surprised at what people connect with. And that kind of leads into my last point is authenticity is so crucial in today's social media world, not just with TikTok, but with every platform. People want to see and connect with people. When I was at a social media conference a few years ago, even they were talking about this and how a lot of people who grew up on social media platforms they see behind the curtain. They see, you know, if someone is not being real or if someone's not being true to who they are, and they don't want to see that. That's why a lot of brands have switched their posting styles. So if you know about companies like Wendy's, Wendy's, you know, someone might think they're just, oh, that's that burger company and they have, you know, chicken nuggets and all that stuff. But if you tell someone who's probably like in Gen Z, they'll be like, that's that sassy Twitter company. And they're more likely to connect with that because that's kind of the voice that they've provided for their company. So be authentic, be you, showcase you in all the aspects that you hold. TikTok really thrives on that. And so do people on the platform. They want to see people in their everyday lives sharing their unique perspectives. So I also wanted to share kind of some starting points because I know for me, content is one of the things that I struggled with in the beginning as I was kind of wanting to create different things. So, you know, do a video introducing yourself, do a video of you introducing different team members, you know, depending on the number of team members you have in your office space, each one of those could be its own 15-second video. Do a tour of your office or your workspace, a day in the life of you or one of the employees that works with you. Do a kind of a meet our team, meet the office pets. Talk about your mission statement and why you started your business and what you hoped to get out of that. That goes back to the authenticity point. Packaging orders. You would not believe how many videos are of packaging orders that get so many views. People love to see that. If you're organizing your office space or if you have good organization tips, you know, being a small business, organizing inventory, if you have that. How to use your product, how to use your company, what kind of things can you provide people that they can't do for themselves, and how you started your business, what got you started in the industry, why do you love it. A lot of these really connect back with that authenticity point. People want to get to know you, and that's going to make them then want to come to you for goods or services. So I know there was a lot, and it was kind of a lot of information, but please, if you have any questions about the platform, about anything that I talked about, I would love to hear them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So currently I run like the Instagram and Facebook for our store. And one of the things that I always struggled with was choosing my hashtags. So what's like the best way to go about making sure I'm using resourceful hashtags?
That's a great question. One of the things I tend to look at is see what's popular. If you type, you know, the hashtag symbol, the pound sign, and, you know, something to do with, you know, your business, either like music or music store, you can see if it's popular or not. You can try to punch in different things, you know, related to the video, you know, if it's a guitar, a ukulele, and you can kind of see they'll populate all the things that are similar to that word or have that word in it, and you can use those. Another thing I would say is also search other like businesses and see what they're using. If they're getting their videos shown a lot, see what hashtags or what comments they're putting in their videos, and you can use that as well.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to also mention that, Maureen, so I really appreciate everyone at the Orland Park Chamber letting me come in and do this. I also wanted to share that we have some scheduled classes about social media. I'm teaching a social media for small business. We also have a lot of great resources for small businesses, and we also do custom professional training as well at Moraine Valley. And we can even do things, further relating into the social media world. We could do something about creating content, things that you can use to create content. I have like a circle light and a little tripod for my phone that I use for my TikToks. We can go into those details. So, at Moraine, we have a wealth of knowledge in different areas. So if there is something that you're interested in learning more, we can speak to Felicitas and see if there's something that we can provide further for you guys, or if you want like a TikTok part 2, now that you've started it, where do I go kind of thing. We're very much available, as a resource, and we love being a resource. So please don't hesitate to reach out. And
there's your, I was just going to ask. What
yeah. Yeah, please feel free. That's my information. And then I have a link down to our page, but email me, give me a phone call, connect with Felicitas, and she can connect me with you as well. So I'm available.
Right. Do we have any more comments or questions for Liz?
I really like that last part where it shows some stuff that you guys have about management and things. So I might have to shoot a message out to you about that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we will be including more information about other programs and opportunities at Moraine Valley in the Monday's e-blast. So please, everyone, take a peek at that. And if we don't have any more questions, I wanted to thank Liz for this wealth of information. I have some ideas on how to get our TikTok started. Bonnie, I hope you're ready, because you're going to be my first victim.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I think it's important for people to know what goes on inside our little chamber office and who's who, and then perhaps we'll move on to our board of directors and leadership within the chamber. So thank you for this great program. I love your energy. I love your ideas, Liz, and you are a compliment to our chamber. So thank you again.
Agreed.
We did record this program, so anyone who wants to refer back to bits and pieces, that'll be up on our YouTube channel soon. And I'll be emailing you the link to everyone that's registered to this program. So thank you, Liz Micheletti, Outreach Coordinator for Moraine Valley. And thank you to everyone who joined our program today. The Chamber of Commerce continues to be a trusted resource of information and education to our members. If you have any ideas of any other programs that you would like to see on schedule, please give us a call at the office, and that's 708-349-2972. I was just about to give you my home number, so glad I didn't do that. All right, so everyone, continue your day and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.